happened before this moment in the episode? Actually, we need a little info to set this up. Galavan needs Penguin to burn down some buildings, so he goes to these guys. One of the Pike brothers goes to a place called the Merc, which is basically like the black market, and the dumbasses are like, you know what, I'm gonna steal this C4, and he puts it down his panholes. Of course, GCPD shows up, and they're like, this is a raid! The fool starts running, and he's all like, oh, I'm gonna get out of here, bitches! And he ends up in an alley, and who's there? Gordon and Mr. Badass Barnes, and they're all like, freeze, motherfucker! Logically, when cops are pointing guns at you, you bust out your gun because it's only gonna make the situation better. The kid gets blasted and literally blows up! It was hands down one of the best moments on Gotham. I'm not even lying. That shit was awesome. When people blow up, it's always awesome. I'm not even joking. Like, I don't watch that show Grey's Anatomy, but they had one episode where they took a bomb out of somebody, and the guy was walking down the hallway like, we got the bomb out, and he blew up! He fucking blew up. That was dope. Let's bring down that excitement level. So with little Pike brother blowing himself out of hell, there's kind of a position opening in the team. And apparently this position can only be filled by a skinny person. So who do the older Pike brothers look to? Skinny sister. Bridget's forced to be a part of the team, and on the first job she gets burned, which she totally hates, so that leads her to building a suit to where that doesn't happen again. She wears the suit on the next job, and she has a badass flamethrower and some goggles. She looks awesome. Anyways, of course on the next job, GCPD shows up, and they're like, freeze, motherfucker! Her brothers take off without her, and the only way she could survive is by lighting them motherfuckers up. She keeps Gordon and the rest of the team at bay, but who comes out of nowhere? Garrett, and he's all like, I got you, and she's like, no you don't, bitch. Boo! And Garrett goes up in flames. So FireFly, which I don't think she gets that name until the next episode, totally needs to run away, and she does, and she gets away because of Selena Kyle, because, you know, they're kind of like best friends. With all of that craziness, I have to say that I really love FireFly's character, and nice touch by making her a woman. Not enough badass female characters. We find out later in the episode that Garrett died from being lit on fire, and this kind of goes with what I said in last week's review, that I think these characters aren't necessarily going to be developed. They're probably going to be throwaway characters, which is something I didn't want, but they're probably just going to die randomly throughout the season, or they're gonna quit, or something's gonna happen. They're not gonna get developed the way I wish they would, but Gotham's just going with the whole we care more about villains, and we'll just keep it with Gordon and Bruce and those guys, because we don't need any more good guys in here, because that's kind of what happens. But what can you do? We got 3 more members on strike force. Let's see how long it takes for them to get killed off. Now let's move on to Penguin, who's losing his mind because he doesn't have his mama. At the start of the episode, Penguin loses $2 million, which he doesn't really seem to care about as much as the thought of who betrayed him. He kind of makes it seem like it's Butch who betrayed him, and Butch is like, whoa. After the Pike brothers do their whole we're gonna burn down buildings thing, they also get a knife that they have to give back to Penguin, and Penguin's really confused because this knife has the Wayne family crest on it. So he starts thinking to himself, what's Galavan's plan? Some old lady comes in and gives us the whole backstory on the knife, and it turns out the Waynes are kind of douchey. 5 families ruled Gotham, and it really looks like the Court of Owls is happening this season, but more on that later. After story time, Penguin gets the bright idea that he wants Butch to start working for Galavan, but they both kind of know that it's not going to be as easy as it sounds. So Penguin decides to cut off Butch's arm, and he's like, ah! He cut off his arm. That is the second what the fuck moment in this episode. Like, Gotham, what are you doing? Are you mad because everybody talked shit and said the first season sucks? Dude, you're coming back with a vengeance, and I like it. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Court of Owls. I didn't think they were going to bring them in this early, but each week it looks more and more likely. Galavan says his family built Gotham, but was erased from history. In the Court of Owls storyline, the Owls have been around since the start of Gotham, so that totally matches up. When Galavan's talking to his old friend, he mentions that warriors are coming like the city has never known. More than likely, that's a reference to the Talons, who are the assassins that the Court of Owls used to fight the Bat family. Now, of course, the show can only go so far with the Court of Owls storyline because Bruce is still a child. I personally think it's way too soon for the Court of Owls. This storyline would have been awesome in maybe like season 4 after Bruce has had some training, so if they try to kidnap him, maybe he can defend himself. If Bruce fights one of the Talons right now, he's gonna die. And I don't see, if the Talons are actually gonna be like they are in the comics, there is no way in hell the GCPD can fight them, because only the freaking Bat family had trouble fighting the Talons, and then you want the Talons to go against normal copy people? They're dead! What I'm hoping for is if this is the Court of Owls, you know, hopefully, you know, they're gonna try to kill Bruce, Gordon saves him, Alfred saves him, whatever happens, at the end, hopefully Bruce is just like, Alfred, I need to go somewhere and train, and maybe he goes overseas for a while, and he trains with somebody badass. Maybe Alfred's like, when I was in the service, I knew this awesome guy, and maybe he goes and, you know, learns martial arts or something. That way he can actually start defending himself in like season 3 or 4, and we're not just seeing him like, oh, Alfred, help me, help me. And don't tell me he can't do that. Don't tell me that Bruce can't go out there and start causing trouble and being a badass, because Robin was like his age when he started out. Robin was like 12 years old when he started being a crime fighter. So don't tell me that Bruce can't get out there and be like, "Wah!" So those are my thoughts there. And also, Gotham, dude, stop revealing everything. I don't know if you guys out there that are watching this review feel this way, but I feel like the Gotham producers are just revealing way too much. Because now that they said the Court of Owls will happen eventually, I feel like it's happening right now. They just threw that out there so we could be like, oh shit, we gotta watch because of the Court of Owls. It's like, I would have been way more surprised if, you know, say I'm watching an episode and then boom, you see a Court of Owls mask and you're just like, oh shit, motherfucker, Court of Owls, oh shit. But now I'm expecting it. I am expecting the Court of Owls this season. So hey Gotham, how about you keep it on the down low and stop revealing everything about your show? We're gonna watch. But that's it for this week's review, guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your Batman family. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I am your host, Juicebox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time.